Think about where you want to be in 5 years. It's important. If you haven't thought about it, do it now. In 5 years, you might end up where you want to be or somewhere you don't. You don't want that. If you don't plan, you might wear clothes you don't like, drive a car you don't want, live somewhere you're not happy, or do things you don't enjoy. Neglect starts small, like a germ, but if you don't stop it, it becomes a big problem. And when you neglect things, you lose confidence and self-worth. How can you fix it? Start with small steps. Do things you should, could, and will do. Take control of your life. That's self-reliance. You're in charge of your future. Being self-reliant means you trust yourself and your decisions. It doesn't mean you can't work with others, but you know you can depend on yourself. Self-reliance gives you confidence and helps you learn from your mistakes. It means you believe in yourself, even when things get tough. You rise above challenges and keep going, while others might give up. If you're willing to face both small and big challenges, and you believe in yourself, amazing things can happen. Trusting your instincts and having a positive attitude can lead to miracles. So, are you ready to rely on yourself and make miracles happen? One great way to change and improve is by being self-reliant. This means taking charge of your own life and what happens to you. You know that the choices you make today affect your life tomorrow. Being self-reliant doesn't mean you can't work with or trust others. Actually, it can make you a better teammate, partner, or friend. Self-reliance is about depending on yourself, trusting your instincts, and learning from your experiences. It's also about giving yourself credit for what you do well and learning from mistakes. When you're self-reliant, you can share your wisdom with others and help them grow too. So, are you ready to take control of your life and become more self-reliant? Your grown-up psychologists give a simple example of self-reliance. They talk about getting caught in the rain. If you decide not to carry an umbrella, you're choosing to get wet sometimes. This means you might face other unpleasant things in life too, like failing or losing money or relationships. By not thinking ahead, you're making a choice. But if you're prepared, you increase your chances of success. You're more likely to grab opportunities and handle once-in-a-lifetime moments. Some people blame others for their mistakes. They might say, "It's not my fault the report isn't done, someone else didn't do their part." But really, it's your responsibility to make sure everyone does their job. You can't control others, but it's smart to stay on top of things, especially if they affect your future. Does your boss really care if John didn't do his job? Nope, all they care about is that the work isn't finished. Take responsibility for what affects you. You can be more responsible by checking on your team members. Ask John if he needs help or if someone else can step in. If John keeps dropping the ball, you might have to find someone else. If he's not pulling his weight, it could hurt you in the end. You can't just hope and wish that John will finish his part of the project on time. You need to be responsible because it affects your career. When I was starting out, I used to hope things would get better. Then I realized they won't change unless I do. It's the same for you. You can't rely on others to make things better. You need to take charge. You can't control everything, but you can control your actions. You can improve your skills, work harder, and increase your value. That's up to you. You can't change the stars, but you can go to night school, take classes, and learn new things. If you don't do it, it's your fault. You need to take responsibility and be self-reliant. How do you define success? Do you have to be super rich? Nope. We just want you to make the most of what you can earn. If you make $110,000 a year and that's your best, that's great. Everything will work out. The important thing is to do your best. Whether you make $10,000 or $1 million a year, it's all good as long as you're giving it your all. Life is about growing and doing your best. Here's the interesting part: humans are the only ones who settle for less than their best. Other animals always strive to be their best selves. How tall will a tree grow? as tall as it can possibly get. Trees don't stop growing halfway, they stretch their roots deep into the ground and reach their branches high into the sky. They produce as many leaves and fruits as they can. Humans are similar, we keep growing until we're fully grown. But unlike trees, our growth isn't just physical, it's also about growing our minds. We often forget about this and let it slip away. All living things naturally want to reach their full potential, except humans. Why wouldn't we want to become the best we can be? Because we have the freedom to choose. This choice sets us apart from other creatures. We can choose to just get by or to become everything we're capable of. My advice? Choose to be everything you can be. Try to earn as much as you can, make lots of friends, read many books, learn many skills, experience as much as you can, make as much money as possible, give away as much as you can, aim for the highest. It's the best way to live, believe me. Ever since I started doing this, I've never looked back. Take on the challenge, go for it. When you focus on growing, it's easy to succeed and have financial freedom. The more effort you put in, the more you'll get out. Imagine this, your income grows, but you don't. That's not good. When your income goes up, you need to grow too, or your income will fall back down. Someone once said, if you get $1 million, you better become a millionaire so you can keep the money. Success doesn't stick around if you're not capable. The issue with winning the lottery is that the person often hasn't grown enough to handle and keep the money. The fortune becomes bigger than them, instead of them being bigger than the fortune. If you're a parent, use parenting as a chance to grow personally. See what you can achieve. To connect with your children, you need stories, wisdom, and strength. The only way to be the best parent is through personal growth. You need to become better, stronger, and wiser. As you grow, your investment in your children will grow too. As you get older, you become more powerful, have more influence, gain more wisdom, and improve your language skills. The challenge is to be in situations that help you grow. If you succeed, keep growing to be bigger than your success. If you fail, keep growing until you're bigger than the problem. Keep growing, keep improving. There are 4 important IFS in life that make it worth living. First, life is worth it if you learn. It's important to not be ignorant, learn from your own experiences and from others' experiences too. Next, life is worth living if you give things a shot. You've learned something, now see if you can put it into practice. Some say you have to do it, but no, you have to try first. I set the bar high and asked the kids if they could jump over it. Some said yes, some said no, and some weren't sure. But they had to try. They had to step back and give it a go. What if they knock the bar down? Does that mean they can't jump that high? No, they have to try again, maybe from a different angle. When your life story is written, it should show your successes and failures, but it shouldn't show that you didn't even try. Lastly, life is worth it if you stick around. You need to learn to stick around. You don't have to stay forever, just until you finish what you started. Imagine a guy who starts building a house foundation, then leaves and starts another one somewhere else. He ends up with foundations all over the place, but no completed houses. That's not a good way to be known. Stick around until you're done. Lastly, life is worth living if you care. Caring is something special that only humans can do. It's important, strong, and reaches far. If you care even a little, you'll see some results. If you care a lot, you can achieve amazing things. To live a good life, you need to learn, try, stick around, and care. Remember these 4 things, and you'll be on your way to a fulfilling life.